Filipovich, an interesting case. 13 months it took him to wrestling 184 up to heavyweight, and he turned it into a national qualification last year in which he took a victory over Stefan Moncherry of Appalachian State. What an effort, where he wrestled 84, 97, and 285 in the span of a year. How about it?
100 pounds of weight to put on is not easy. You might think it is, but he's still an athlete. He can't just house burgers and fries and expect to wrestle his best. You still got to put on healthy weight, you still got to lift the weights, and you still got to diet here and there. But here he is facing off against one of those former national champions in AJ Ferrari.
You'll do what you must to get a lineup spot, and that's what he had to do. Here's Ferrari. Last time we saw him in the Bob, a win by fall against Calgano of UNC. The team opted against him wrestling against Oklahoma State when it was out of reach. They had Ziola get some good reps. A 2-1 loss to Connor Doucette. As Ferrari makes his Big Ten dual debut.
Goes from the Big 12, goes out west, and then is here in the Big Ten. Plenty of great experience for Ferrari.
Shot attempt from Ferrari off the rip. He'll bring Filipovich right up, and he'll step right down. Filipovich, since he came up from a lower weight, he is one of the most comparable builds to Ferrari that we've seen all season.
Usually at these heavyweight spots, you see a much taller fella kind of take that spot because they occupy so much space already. It's easier for them to get to that 285 weight than it would be for someone of Ferrari's build or even Filipovich's. So these are both very unique cases at that heavyweight spot, bringing a lot more raw strength in that slate.
Shot attempt from Ferrari. Looked to be stuffed, but he'll climb around the ankles and take 3 points at the very edge of the match. That's a tough one to give up if you're Hayden Filipovich.
Yeah, Filipovich has had himself quite a career. He was a 25 NCAA qualifier. He was the only Indianapolis native to qualify at NCAAs. He led Purdue with 8 reversals last year, so big opportunity for him here on bottom.
He did well against Nebraska last year, winning in this bout at the end of the season. 2-0 against Harley Andrews when wrestling the red and white. But he's got a different sort of task here tonight.
Harley coming off a electric win against Adam Aronson of UNI.
Filipovich will manage back to his feet, got Ferrari too high up on him, and they'll opt to reset to the center. Yeah, Harley Andrews stepped in last time out against Northern Iowa and got a very, very exciting victory over Adam Aronson. Ferrari opting for double knee set, trying for the low. Well, that was exactly what he was looking for. 3 for Ferrari.
And you see that sort of slow double takedown from Ferrari on the legs. Kind of emblematic of his style that he's employed when he was at a lower weight at 197, bringing it up to 285 with him.
I was going to say, double knees on the mat, not a look you expect from heavyweight. That's how Ferrari does it. He does it a little differently.
Everything about him is different. They call him the most interesting man in wrestling for a reason.
As it looks like he'll opt to build up his riding time on the edge of the mat, showing cradle. Now there might not be much there as they'll see out the first period in just a second. Ferrari opting for some words from Mark Manning before returning to the center to now click to 0 the first period timer. 6-1 with a minute and 21 of riding time. What do you think of that first period, Chris?
Ferrari's showing what he does best. He's going to get those shots early. He's going to try and apply that pressure. He's going to build up his riding time, give him a little space to work with. But again, it's just the experience that Ferrari brings. He's able to get those takedowns rather easily. He knows not when to play with his food. And Filipovich is going to be playing defense for the entirety of the second period to try and get right back in this.
Looks like they're going to check out something over here on Ferrari. Ferrari's going to go bottom. See what he's got in his arsenal. Go for the quad pod into a stand-up. And he'll step out in just 10 seconds. Minute 40, plenty of time for both wrestlers to go to work. Early in the first period, Filipovich was getting to his shots, getting to the legs. He kind of shied away for it as Ferrari got 1 and then 2 takedowns. Be interesting to see if he can get back to that.
And Ferrari goes from going on his both knees to just posting up on Filipovich's head, sort of daring him to shoot in.
Shot from Filipovich, stuffed. Ferrari taking a breath there. One thing that can be said, Ferrari hasn't wrestled as much as any of the other wrestlers that we've seen tonight. Only 6 matches before this one. Only loss being to Feldman of Ohio State, a 5-4 tight bout at National Duels. That matchup will roll again once the Huskers faced Ohio State down the stretch. Hard level change from Ferrari's hunting the low ankles again. Next time out for the Cornhuskers, they'll be up against Minnesota. They'll travel up there on January 16th for an 8 p.m. start. As for Purdue, they'll head out east to Schwanwald Pavilion in College Park to take on the Terps in another Big Ten bout. The end of the second period, 7-1, just 1 point the change in that period. The Big Ten wrestling schedule comes thick and fast now. It'll be almost every weekend that these wrestlers are in action, taking on another opponent or 2 opponents per weekend.
And this is where you build up your bona fides for March. When you're going down the stretch and eventually get to that conference tournament, you're looking to see those competitions that you're going to see later down the line. And you still got some potential matchups here like we saw with Joey Blaze and Atarujo. It's reasonable to assume that they're going to be seeing each other down the line.
Ferrari going to work on top. He's got riding time in his pocket. Tries to work his combos. Can be said that Ferrari enjoys the Husker crowd. Got him hyped up with his pin of Calgano as he shows cradle. Filipovich not going to have it. Could see some third period action here. It's Filipovich doing his best to manage it. Ferrari's going to go with the wrist. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit potentially dangerous. Don't want to tug on that wrist too much.
No, and especially at these heavier weights, those injuries can be a lot more dangerous, especially within those wrists. You could tear a ligament very easily.
Optional start. And they'll head back to their feet. 7-2 the score as of now. Sweat sparking off of the hand fighting. These two guys have worked for this, to say the least. Good shot fakes from Ferrari. Nothing will go there for AJ, so he'll try and reset. Burst of energy from Filipovich. Ferrari will counter, he's in on that leg. He'll bring it up. Looking for the statement moment. There's a third takedown for Ferrari to put away this match. (11-2) for Ferrari. He takes the major decision over Filipovich to go to 6-1 on the year and complete the duel 36-3 in favor of the Huskers.